Things have been going crazy. What did Graham say?
His money is on the fish.
Peaks and the valleys for Wall Street's bets. It's better and bigger than anyone. They can win.
But Graham's money is on the fish.
I fucking hate you, Graham Stevens. Big fall.
What the
Big
fuck
fall.
was that? What was that? Huge. It's not looking good for Wall Street bets right now at all. What is that? What is that?
This could be it.
It's climbing.
It's the comeback.
It's climbing. It's to the moon. It's gonna break through, bro. It's gonna fucking break through.
No! Son of a... I fixed everything up, but I'm gonna ask the question. Why does it overheat then? You know, because when it overheats, it dies. And that's the reason why I couldn't watch the Fish versus Man. Yeah. Why does it overheat then? Well, let's go to its history. Ooh. Go on, the kill. In 1873, a guy named Baron John Jacob Berzelius, or BJJB, VJ, looked at potassium fluorosilicate and decided to set it on fire with potassium. The compound then pooped out silicon. Woo! Yeah. He's the guy that discovered silicon. Science. And the discovery of silicon was a game changer for the history of the computers, like everything. Because silicon is a semiconductor, which means, depending on the conditions, conduct or block electrons, the electron flow.
Before the transistor existed, we used vacuum tubes, which are these bulky evacuated glass bulbs. The triode vacuum tube consisted of 3 parts: the cathode, grid, and anode. A current is passed through the cathode and it begins to heat up, causing it to release electrons. As gases have been removed from the tube, the electrons have very little resistance to their movement, and they are attracted to the positively charged anode. This completes the circuit, and a current flows. But we can manipulate this flow of electrons in many useful ways with the grid. For example, we can use it as a switch. If we place a light bulb here, it will only light up when there's a positive voltage across the grid. If we apply a negative voltage, the negative charge will repel electrons trying to pass through. This is the foundation of binary coding.
Computer using this technology is the ENIAC, which was used in World War II, and it had 18,000 vacuum tubes, and it was the size of a whole classroom. And the vacuum tubes frequently needed to be replaced because the cathode needed to be heated up for it to release electrons, and it got too hot that they constantly died. And then the transistor came along. In 1947, 3 guys made the transistor, which was the major game changer because it allowed us to have microchips, which are very compact and can do more than the ENIAC, which takes up such a big amount of surface area and space and volume and everything that takes up mass, because the transistor is made up of silicon. Silicon is a semiconductor, and if you think about it, the vacuum tube is basically a huge semiconductor which allows electrons to go through or block it. But the silicon can do that at an atomic level. So that 1958, the first working integrated circuit was built by Robert Noyce. But Jack Kilby was the first guy to attempt making it, but he just failed a lot. The integrated circuit is really cool because it has a bunch of components, like it has the transistors and stuff, and it can do multiple sophisticated high-level tasks all at once. And the first integrated circuit, or the IC, was like maybe a size of a Dorito chip, or maybe 3 of those. But now is 10 nanometers. Nanometers, that's so small that even the lines on the ruler are thicker than that. Imagine, that's your mind blowing. 1974, Intel 4004 or 4004, 4004, that sounds like a secret agent. the first CPU was made. It had 2,600 transistors in such a small scale, like it was probably the size of your thumb. 1965. This came after the 1974 stuff, because this wasn't really that of a game changer, but it's a law that's really cool, and it's still true, because this thing is called Moore's law, and it said that, well, he said that we will one day reach the limit of miniaturizing stuff. But I think he was talking about technology, so miniaturizing technology. And we can see this. 1985, the first coprocessor was released. So the coprocessor is the aid to the CPU at the time. So remember, at the time, because they didn't really had a use for GPUs, because they did not have games playing on 4K quality, that they need a GPU to work. They had a black screen and green text. That's it, I think. I don't know, that's what I've seen on Sheldon. And its main purposes were to make computers cheaper, because you don't have to buy it, because you don't really needed it at that time. And also, it's to aid a CPU to make it not kill itself. Yeah, but nowadays we need them because we have better quality for our visuals. Let's go! 4K quality! This thing... Wait, no, not this thing. Wait, let me just... This little shitter decided to not... Wait. Oh no. Okay, this is definitely not part of the script. Wow, okay, it's fixed. Whoa, let's go. Oh, so this little shit is the CPU. And the thing earlier was its therapist. The guy that's making it not die. Even though it almost died earlier, and I didn't mean for you to die, literally. This is the big brain, this is the main guy that does every stuff. Well, most of the stuff. Yeah. Ooh. This big chonky boy is the coprocessor, which, like, see, coprocessor, this is the main processor. So this dude helps this guy. It takes some of the load, and this guy is mainly on visuals and stuff.